Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm your host, Coach Tripp, along with my good friend, Coach Mark Hobley.
Peace.
Hobbs, they're calling. We have a special guest, Coach Penny Belford, Pensacola State women's college basketball hoop, the number 7 team in the country, 13-0. Penny, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's always fun to have you on. Carol and I went to the game the other night and enjoyed the show. I think your biggest fan is Jason and the Argonauts there.
Yep. I would agree.
little pirates. Coach, let's let everybody, all our audience know a little bit about you. You grew up here, Pensacola. Talk about your youth growing up, your mom and dad, and any brothers or sisters, and talk about playing for the legendary coaches Janice and Ronnie Bond in Washington.
Yeah, no, you're right. Born and raised here. Middle class, probably lower middle class family. I'm an only child, so it was mom and dad. Mom worked as a housekeeper at a nursing home. Dad worked for a long time with Lewis Bear Company, stocking and doing different things there. So then mom, at some point worked 2 jobs, but once I got into basketball, she decided to stop working that second job so she could make sure, she was at games and everything to support me.
How'd you get your love of basketball, Penny? Who was your influence, and what did you love about it?
Like, I think really kind of from my parents. They just watched a lot of sports. They watched a lot of football. They watched a lot of basketball, whether it was college or NBA, so and even women's college in the time. But I saw a lot of Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and John Starks and Patrick Ewing and all of those guys. So, and ironically, I don't think I knew it at the time, but I spent a lot of time watching the point guards, Mark Jackson, John Stockton, and list goes on and on. But I guess I got it from them. I never really knew where, and then outside of that, I played a lot outside. So there was a lot of boys in the neighborhood. So whatever sport they were playing, I was playing too. And then, I had a like a little Fisher Price goal. My mom or someone bought me, but when I outgrew it, we just took the backboard off, and there was a tree outside. So my granddad put that part of it in the tree so it would be a little bit higher. So I got a chance to shoot my own buckets, because when I would go play with the guys, everybody was a lot older than me. So every now and then someone would get a rebound and they'll toss me the ball back for a shot. But typically it was me playing on the Fisher Price backboard. And then as I got a little bit older, I was able to go to parks and gyms and really start playing more there. And then obviously middle school is when I really started playing organized basketball, and moving forward, getting the chance to play for, Miss Bond and Coach Bond. And that was a great experience. And, they were hard on us because they wanted the best for us, but we knew it was all love, because they treated all of us like their daughters. And if there was anything we ever needed, they would give it to us. And sometimes they knew what we needed before we even had to ask, and they make sure, we had those things.
Wow. You guys went undefeated your senior year, state title. What was the pressure like? What number of title was it for Coach Bond? And tell us about that season and maybe some close calls or maybe a playoff memory.
Yeah, I think that was either his 5th or 6th state championship. I'm not sure which one, but it was really no pressure. We had went the year before and lost in the state championship game. So our junior year, 1999, we only had 2 losses, and one of them was in the state championship game. So it was really no pressure for us. It was just revenge, So we felt like we had a point to prove, and we felt like we should have won the year before, and there was nothing or anyone that was going to stop us from winning the state championship that year.
Hobbs has a question for you, Penny.
Coach, you're talking about that 99 year. Do you remember the team you played that year?
We lost to St. Augustine Nice in the championship. Mm-hmm.
You ever play against Taravella out of Fort Lauderdale?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Penny, what kind of coaching style or philosophy, or maybe a practice drill or a disciplinarian action that's a staple for you in your program that you learned from your high school coach, the Great Bonds?
Not so much drills for disciplinary, but just the fact that when it happens, holding a player accountable for it right away. Now, and I will say we did run a lot of sidelines, so a lot of 16 touches in like a minute and 2 or 3 seconds, something like that, and then we just went down the ladder: 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, all the way to 2. So we definitely did a lot of that, and ironically, I do a lot of that.
Yeah, you did a lot of conditioning, and with only 10 girls on your squad right now that are dressing, conditioning is a factor for you guys, especially with your full court press that you guys caused a lot of turnover. I think you caused 15 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do for conditioning? Do you condition during practice or just after practice, or do you make it in the drills go 100%?
A lot of it is in the drills, but also during practice as well. So the way we, the way we play and the pressing and those type of things, we do that in practice as well to help get in, as much conditioning as we can, and playing at a pace where it may not seem like conditioning to them because they're playing and they're getting after it, but we know, the coaches know, it's conditioning.
All right, you left, and if I'm not mistaken, you went in 2006 to Concordia Lutheran High School, and then you stayed there just a year before you got to the director of basketball operations at the University of South Alabama. Wow, what a big jump! Talk about that first year, and talk about the opportunity at South Alabama.
Yeah, so after college, I really, my goal was my dream was always to be a pediatrician. So basketball, coaching, none of that was in my future, or so I thought. But I graduated with a biology degree from UWF, but I knew I didn't want to stay in.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're back.
Okay. I didn't, after I graduated college, I wanted to get the opportunity to leave. I never lived away from home. And I had the opportunity to go to Omaha, move away. And while there, I met a lady who was a family friend. Her name was Martise Ivy. She was pretty much a legend in Omaha, high school legend, and played at the University of Nebraska. And she was the one that kind of got me on at Concordia Lutheran. And so I was able to learn there. I was a head JV coach and also assistant varsity coach. So I was able to learn there. And my college coach, Shannon Bergen, she knew Rick Petrie, who was a head coach at South Alabama. And I told her I thought I may be interested. I missed the game. Thought I may be interested in trying to do something. I didn't know exactly what. And this position, director of basketball operations position, was available. I didn't know much about it. I didn't really know, what it entailed. I played Division II, but at the Division I level, you have someone who is specifically in charge of basically all of your travel arrangements. The person who is the liaison for academics and community involvement. The person who is heading up film exchange. Getting games of teams, so coaches can break it down and watch film and scout and do all of those things. So that was my title there. And at that time, Rick Petrie, I think those 2 years while we were there, we had maybe 20+ win seasons. We had some really good players. So I was able to learn a lot from him and his staff. And at that time, I was like, okay, this is great, but I feel as if my goal is to be an assistant. And I didn't care, what level it was at. And I was able to do it and kind of move on from there.
All right, before we jump into your next job, which was 3 seasons out in Kansas, liberal Kansas, Talk a little bit about your UWF years. You're one of the top 10 in quite a few categories. Talk about some highlight years in college as you were named MVP your senior year.
Yeah, probably my senior year was the highlight. My freshman year, I played behind my freshman and sophomore year. I played behind a senior or junior who obviously I'm biased, so I thought I was better than at the time. But it prepared me for my junior and senior year. And yeah, our senior year, man, we had a really good recruiting class. Those girls were a little bit younger than me, but she brought in some really good athletes, and it helped us. It helped us have a great year. And by that time you're 20, 21, so you're a little bit more mature. I know for me, I understood the game a lot better. I understood my teammates, how to get them involved. So it made that year pretty special for me.
Okay, so then you go 3 seasons, your first junior college experience. What did you learn during those 3 years out at Seward Community College in Liberal, Kansas?
I learned that Liberal, Kansas loves women's basketball. And it was a really small town. So, going on a Saturday night besides games, basketball games, Seward County games. So that was a big part of it. And then I learned that at that level, there is no director of basketball operations. So the head coach, they do.
Penny, they love basketball, period, in Kansas, right?
They do. Yeah, they do. They really do. Yeah, it was cool to see, and not just at the college level, at the high school level too. So when I would go recruit and I would go to games, man, it didn't matter who those teams were playing. If it was someone, they knew they would beat, it didn't matter. The students were all there. They were dressed up. They had paint on their faces. They had cheers. They had choreographed stuff going on in the stands. So it was really cool to see. And yes, they are crazy about their basketball, and they're crazy about their Jayhawks and their Wildcats.
Then you jumped to Division I as an assistant coach at Weber State for 3 years. What did you learn at Division I that helped you become a head coach?
I learned, well, it was different. Now I'm back to, I don't have as many duties. So sometimes it kind of felt like it was a little bit harder to connect with the players, because at the junior college level, they kind of depend on you a little bit more. At that level, you're working with some older girls who may not need you as much. But I guess it kind of taught me how to be able to balance that, ones that do need you and ones that don't. But also just from a basketball standpoint, it helped me grow because I think it was either my first or second year, we went winless. That team did not win any games.
Oh.
So the head coach, I think that was her second year there. And I believe we had maybe 9 or 10 newcomers. And I think maybe 7 of those or 8 of those were freshmen.
Wow.
It just opened my eyes up to being at, that level, and sometimes how much it's needed to have players who are a bit older. And if not, you're going to go through some growing pains, I guess, which helped me for this job because we don't get the juniors and the seniors. We don't get the older players. We get the babies. We get the freshmen and the sophomores.
Yeah. Do you have to rely on fundamentals more, Penny, when you don't have 4 years to develop the girls? Do you have to rely on just basics, fundamentals, maybe go back to, basketball 101 with some of them, but some of them are at the, 301 level, where they need a little bit more, detailed instruction or situational basketball. It's hard to balance it, I know. But you've done a great job. Carol and I enjoyed the game the other night. You've won 13 in a row. You haven't had a lot of close games. I know they're coming, right, in the upcoming schedule for a Panhandle, but talk about your schedule coming up.
Yeah, no, they're definitely coming. So we go to Jones County. We'll go there Sunday, and we'll be there with 6 players. So We talked about the 10, but we don't have 10. Right now we only have 6. So we started with 12. We have 2 that were injured, season-ending injuries. We had 2 that quit back in September. We have 1 who is sitting out because of grades, but we'll get her back afterwards. And then out of our 7, we have 1 who has committed and signed with Duquesne and has decided to go there at the semester. She's going to go there in gray shirt. So we'll be with 6 players Sunday at Jones County. And obviously it's always tough playing on the road. Jones County, they've won that region, I don't know, for the last maybe 6-7 years. So that's a struggle in itself. And we'll take a break after that. But then when we come back from Christmas break, we'll go to Americus, Georgia, and play in South Georgia Tech's tournament there. And we'll play against Shelton. They're always ranked one of the best teams in the state of Alabama. We played them earlier this year, and we'll play them again. So I know they're looking forward to this rematch. And we'll play also against some South opponents in Florida. We'll play against Daytona and St. Pete. So Daytona we haven't played this year. St. Pete we have. So I know they'll be looking forward to this rematch as well. And then once we finish there, we get about a 10-day break, 11-day break, and we open up with right now the 4th ranked team in the nation, which is the Gulf Coast State College Commodores.
Whew, number 7, number 4. Where is that game played at, Penny?
That'll be here. That'll be
good.
January 13th.
All right, which girl is leaving for Duquesne at the break?
Raina Green is her name.
Oh, gosh. Let's talk about some of your teams. Freshman forward Jada McDonald, 14 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. Impressive game Tuesday night. Sophomore Gabriella Bendick-Giron, is that right?
Yep.
Guard from Columbia, averaging 18 a game. And then sophomore Tanita Swift, 14 and a half a game. Freshman guard Adriana Benson, 15 and a half a game. Wow, these girls are scoring some points. Almost hit 100 the other day. Talk about all those girls and how they've developed quickly.
Yeah, so Jada McDonald, she this past week was named the Region 8, which is our region here in Florida. She was the Region 8 Player of the Week.
Oh, wow.
And she was also named the National Week for her numbers that she put up. Yeah, so Jada's just a hard-working kid. She has a knack for going to get offensive rebounds and any rebound. It doesn't matter if it's offensive or defensively. And, she can use her body well. She is kind of undersized, but that helps with her quickness and her ability to attack the basket. But she can also play with her back to the basket. She's pretty strong, and she's pretty versatile. I don't know if you remember, but she hit a 3. So that's a part of her game that we know she has, but we're just a little bit more confident in it than she is. So we're getting her to that point where she can be confident and comfortable shooting the 3 ball. Gabriella, she was with us last year. This year, she has grown a lot, and that's what we like to see, from freshman to sophomore year. Just a lot of growth for them is just as far as their game and development and understanding the game. And she's getting to that point, and she's shooting the ball the way, we know she can shoot it. So we're doing what we can to make sure we can get shots and manufacture shots for her. Tanita Swift. Tanita's a transfer to us from Shelton State. And, man, she's just tough. She's just
scrappy.
She's a tough, scrappy kid, man. Just finds a way to make plays and wants to win and will do whatever that takes, to put it all out there. So whatever we need, we know we can get it from Tanita. And Audrey is probably one of the most deceptively quick athletes that I've ever coached. Man, you think you have a pass. She's defending on the ball. You think you can make a pass, and boom, there she is, stealing it. Just quick hands and quick everything. But you never know until she does it. So and she can shoot the ball well. She is very explosive, and again, she's just so deceptive. So a lot of those girls guards are carrying the team, and that's typically how it is. But you want to also make sure you have good post play to have as well.
Well, Coach, you got a big season coming up. Congratulations on your start. I know you got some praying for you. You don't get any more injuries, right? With 6 girls. I know.
Yep.
Are you and the assistant coach dressing up to practice?
We are suiting up. We are in the training room before practice. We're in the training room after practice. We're in the trainer when we don't have practice.
I remember putting on the cleats when I was 40 years old, man, out there at practice, because you have to demonstrate stuff. I think that's part of teaching and coaching is to show them the proper, technique, and then that way they can get it quicker.
Right. That's right.
Awesome, Coach. Appreciate you. We will see you soon. Carol and I will see you soon at a game. Good luck.
Thanks
and
so much.
Go Pirates.
Thanks, Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Coach Penny Belford. Awesome, Coach. What a job she does there.
Yes.
All right, Hobbs, we got a few bowl games coming up. We'll talk a little bit about a couple bowl games since it is local sports report. Hobbs, I beat you in the total in the year.
What was the final?
I don't know, but it was close. So you came back strong, man. You had the last 3 weeks. You come back and almost caught me. I had like a big 12, 14 game lead on you. I had a good middle part of the year. First part of the year is always bad. Middle part's great. Second part, not so bad. Let's pick the bowl games. There's about 9 bowl games coming up in the next week. 42 overall. We're going to pick 32 games against the spread. 42 bowl games, including the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Let's tackle it. We're not going to pick every single game, but there are some that we want to talk about. Cricket Celebration Bowl, Howard versus FAMU. HBCU, really national title since both of these teams have won their conference, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference and the SWAC Southwest. So, de facto HBCU national title game. I'm going with Hobbs' dad's former team. I'm going with the FAMU Rattlers.
Yes, indeed. Strike, Rattler, strike.
Strike them hard. -7. All right, New Orleans Bowl. Let's 1:15 on ESPN coming up Saturday, right? Saturday, 16th. Yes. Jacksonville State versus Louisiana. Jacksonville State's -3.5. Yeah, I'm picking Jacksonville State to win it.
I took Louisville on my big. Louisiana. Yeah, I took them in my other poll.
All right, we'll go with you on that one. Then we're going down the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. Gronk's got his own bowl, 6:30 on ABC on Saturday night. Boise State versus UCLA. UCLA is 2.5-point favorites. I'm going to go with UCLA over Boise State.
I like that pick as well.
Okay, Texas Tech is playing in the Independence Bowl over there in Louisiana, 8:15 on Saturday night. Texas Tech is 2.5-point favorites over Pac-12 team Cal. I'm taking Texas Tech.
I'll have to go Texas Tech too.
Yeah, I know. It might be close because the Texas Tech's 2 of their leading receivers transferred, so it might be closer than you think. But Hobbs and I are both going with Texas Tech. One more game we're picking on next Tuesday. Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, Marshall versus UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. I'm taking Texas San Antonio over Marshall.
-10. I'll take the points and give me the Thundering Herd.
The Thundering Herd. All right, that wraps up our game. Local sports report. Hobbs, thanks so much.
Yes, sir.
For everybody, happy birthday to this old man. I'm too old to know, and I never thought I would live this long. I would have taken better care of myself. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this podcast, please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Search Paul Tripoli, Coach's Corner. I want to thank all our great sponsors. Stay tuned for them as they are coming up next. Have a great sports weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon. So long.
Go Pirates.
CC's Home Improvement is a full-service handyman services company offering the best in commercial and residential repair and improvement services. Call 850-497-2524. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom updates, painting, flooring, fencing, and so much more. You got a mess? Call the best. CC's Home Improvement. 850-497-2524. 850-497-2524. See ya.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
For over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.